Yo, what is up, everybody? I don't know why that overplayed, but what is up? Welcome to the Payoff Pitch presented by Phenom. I'm Kyle, that's Mike. We're here to break down today's now 14-game main slate.
Yep, another big one. Yesterday, I guess, didn't really go as well as Monday went, but still, we made some nice calls. It was just kind of more of a chalky slate.
Facts. I had Aaron Judge and Brett Gardner in a lineup, and I tried to get cute, and I played Joey Batista and Kevin Pillar. Worked out well for me.
Yeah, I think whenever the chalk hits in baseball, we tend to lose since we're always trying to go against the chalk. But cash lines were high last night. I think it was like right around 140, 150 on DraftKings.
Yeah, we had some scores.
That'll happen.
We had some scores in the 300 last night. I mean, everyone was hitting home runs. But, dude, I was in position to still cash. That Houston Astros Texas Rangers stack that I talked about, I played that in a line, and it went off. But Matt Moore got me negative points, so any chance that I had was gone.
Yeah, I had one lineup that cashed in tournaments, and that kind of salvaged my night. It was strictly based on luck. All I had was money left over to pay for Marwin Gonzalez, so I just put him in there, and sure enough, he hits 2 home runs, scores the most points on my team. That's just kind of
what's up, guys?
The way last night went. So yeah, what's going on, guys? Wednesday the 3rd, bringing it to you live once again. Me and Kyle.
Judge is law. Interesting. Yeah, Judge is hot as hell right now. Man, and I should have listened to the sheets. They said to play Brett Gardner, man. He was a green ranking on that home run sheet, and of course, I tried to get cute and play Batista.
Yeah, two home run games in one 7-day span, I guess, for Gardner. That's I don't know how much that keeps up.
Oh well. So we got Robbie Ray and Gio Gonzalez on the mound today in this first game. Arizona-Washington. Arizona won yesterday. Wind is blowing in today. What are your thoughts on Robbie Ray, man? Does Washington pick it back up?
Yeah, it was a big win for the D-backs, getting this first game of the series, coming into Washington and winning that first game. I think that's a pretty big win for them. Robbie Ray, he's looked pretty well on paper so far this year. As far as like his strikeout numbers and things like that, but going against Washington, I'm not really trying to play him. But as far as like looking to him to maybe roster against, I think you look at the right-handed bats.
Yeah.
He plays much better, pitches much better against lefties than he does righties. So I still think you can look there. I think people will look at Robbie Ray's numbers and maybe avoid Washington a little bit more than they should today.
I can still see Washington being chalk.
Yeah, there's no real stud pitchers on this slate, so I'm sure they'll get some ownership. But I would stick with the right-handed side of the bats.
Yeah, I look at Trey Turner, Jason Worth. I still look at Bryce Harper and Ryan Zimmerman. Is where I go. I think that's as far down as I go. Maybe some Anthony Rendon, but not too much.
Yeah, I like that. I like that stack there, especially
the 1 through 4.
If you can fit Harper. I kind of like Trout over Harper just to make you mad. If you're gonna go one off, I could get those 3, just get those other 3 guys, and then save the extra couple bucks and plug in Trout as a one-off instead of Harper.
Sheets are getting crispy, more confident in MLB. That's what's up, my man. That's what's up.
What's up? Yeah, man. They're only gonna get better too. I promise.
Yeah, buddy, we're working on some
better.
Working on some more pitching stats for you. Okay, so from this Arizona side, do you look at any of the righties versus Gio?
Yeah, I mean, Pollock destroys lefties. Having a great season, has like almost probably double-digit steals by now. I don't really know the numbers, but
Arizona's the league leader in steals.
Yeah, so they've been running. Gio, however, is playing like the Gio of old. When he was in that Cy Young voting. I know Goldie has good numbers against him. I heard that somewhere today. So he perhaps could be a good play. Tomas, though, is the play out of this lineup that I want. Obviously, his platoon stats versus lefties are one of the best in the league. So if I'm playing someone on Arizona, I think it's Tomas, especially at his price point.
No, I can get behind that, of course. You know I love Tomas against lefties, so I can get behind that. I don't think I stack against Gio as well, though.
Yeah, he's been playing pretty well.
It's a ho-ho. Toronto, New York. We got Marcus Stroman, great ground ball pitcher, can get a couple strikeouts, and then you got CC, who, according to Ho-Ho, doesn't give up home runs to righties. I knew he was in here, so I had to throw that jab. That is not a true statement, by the way. He's very
that is not a true statement.
Very prone to home runs versus righties. So,
however, he on the for lefties, man, he shuts lefties down. If you look at the numbers, recently, and if you look at the numbers this year, he actually, look, if you're looking specifically at hard contact on this slate, he has the best hard contact percentage versus lefties of any pitcher on the slate. I think it's something like under 10%. Let me see here. CC. I'm sorry, no, it's 11.3%.
Oh, okay.
This season. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, no,
he's pitching to soft contact. I mean, that's just because pitching style at this point,
Not quite the strikeout pitcher.
Speeds.
Not quite the strikeout pitcher, but I can get behind. Well, I'm not going to play CC, actually, personally.
No, me neither. But I'm not behind CC at all.
What do you think of Judge and, Gardner again? Do you think these Yankee bats stay hot? Do you think Stroman can kind of neutralize them with his ground ball pitching style?
Yeah, I like Stroman today. I don't know that I like him enough to play him against the red-hot Yankees, but I think I like him enough to somewhat avoid playing Yankees bats against him, if that makes sense. Obviously, Stroman's the opposite of CC. He's not trying to mix-match speeds and movement and crap like that. He's slinging it into the zone. Like you said, elite ground ball pitcher. I think it's 3 ground balls per fly ball to start this season, which is an elite ratio in baseball. You don't really ever see that. I mean, it's obviously only 5 starts, but still, he is showing that he's pitching to his game. And we know he can do his strikeouts too. I don't know the numbers, but I've seen him play well against the Yanks. I don't know. It's enough for me to somewhat
stay away. Christopher says CC is due for a great game tonight. I'm not sure what great entails, and I'm not sure why he's due for a great game, but all these right-handed bats in Toronto make me say no.
He's had 2 poor games, and I think the last game, the box score won't tell you the whole story. Like he had his stuff last game, and then third time through order, kind of got some bad luck there. They ended up taking him out with only 70 pitches because I forget who was coming up, but Machado was coming up, and he already had like
a home run off him.
two or three hits of the 5 hits he had given up, and so with like 70 pitches left, they decided to take him out because there was runners on, and they didn't want him pitching to Machado. So yeah, maybe he got lit up in Pittsburgh at the start before. So I don't know that he's a DFS pitcher though. He might have a good game and quality start status, but he's not really a DFS pitcher with his strikeout potential.
Yeah, no, I don't see CC's an elite play today. Steve says fade this game. I kind of tend to agree. I'm not really looking at much on either side. Mm-hmm. Chris likes Travis and Pierce. I don't think I chase those two. Baltimore and Boston. Plenty to say about this game and the tensions in it.
Yeah, dude. Machado is heated up, man. He, what can you say? I mean, 2 home runs in the first 2 games. And, I don't know. I kind of want him in at least one lineup today just because of where he's at in his mindset.
Yeah, going up against
Pomerantz with the monster.
Another lefty.
Pomerantz is an elite pitcher versus lefties. I think he's leading the league in all percentages versus lefties. Strikeout percentage, swinging strike percentage versus lefties, K to walk percentage versus lefties. Versus righties, however, he's not an elite pitcher, but what he's done versus lefties has elevated his average overall. So I really wouldn't look at Chris Davis today for that reason. But it's interesting though. I think Pomerantz could be a good play today.
I'm looking
because
at
of those numbers. Yeah, I was too. I eventually decided not to play him, but I think he could be a good player. And then you look at Gosman too. If you take the numbers out of it, I mean, Gosman's got good stuff. Just been getting lit up this year. This is his third time against Boston, so
These two teams have played a
you'd
lot to
think.
start the year.
Yeah, and Gosman to start the year, he was priced at 8,700. Now he's down to 64 on DraftKings, one of the bottom 5. And so this guy obviously has good stuff. I heard something today. They compared him to Jake Arrieta at Baltimore. He, had good stuff and left, and then played. Made some sort of adjustment to add some deception to his game. I don't know. I'm not really playing either of these guys. But I don't want to stack against Gosman, and Pomerantz just kind of. I'm only playing 3 lineups, and he just fell out. Like he was definitely in consideration.
Yeah, I think Machado is a one-off, and I think maybe Mookie Betts and Hanley or Maris. Gosman struggles more versus righties than lefties, so maybe Hanley in the 4 spot, Betts, but I don't think I go any lower than that. I think those are my 2 plays if I go there.
Right. Yeah, that's what these analysts are talking about. With he actually is worse versus righties. If he were to step to the third base side of the rubber, he could add the deception to his game versus righties. Yeah, I don't know. I like Betts too as a one-off. Him, Harper, and Trout, I think all can make case for today. I think you can afford them today. Who would you pick, obviously, out of the 3?
It depends on the lineup I have. If I'm going pure one-off,
Yeah, pure one-off.
LA's facing who's Seattle's pitcher today?
Nolasco. Oh, no. Nolasco's the Angels pitcher.
Iwakuma. I believe Trout has terrible history versus him. So, and it's like
I just know.
It's big history. So, I go.
I want to see.
I think I go Mookie Betts.
That was something I was deciding between. I went Trout just because I know Iwakuma's played terrible this season, but I didn't look at the BVP. So if it's what you say it is, I could definitely reconsider to go to Betts.
Jason at 244 last night. Congrats, buddy. That's awesome.
God.
Oh, I gotta give a shout out, man.
DraftKings?
Yeah, Chris Jackson in the Slack group, man. He brought home almost 1K last night. So shout out to him, man. He I believe he finished like 5th in a GPP. Score of 279 on FanDuel.
It's nuts.
And yeah, Trout is 9 for 50 versus Iwakuma. So 1 for 5,
Okay.
a little under 200.
Yeah, that's kind of enough for me. I know Iwakuma's been struggling this season, but that's 50 at bats, man.
Yeah, that's a sample size. That's a feasible sample size. So
everyone's talking Betts according to Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Huh.
Maybe I just go Harper then. I'll just stick with my guns. You guys know I love Harper.
I mean, I have the other stack. I might as well just throw him in too, right?
I have a Nat
I think he's
stack,
a little bit more. I might have to rearrange a couple things to get him in, though, because he's a little bit more than Trout.
Yeah. All right, we got Carrasco and Matt Boyd today.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Boyd is someone you can target.
Yeah, I like Carrasco and his stuff, but not against Detroit. Detroit's, they're all their plate discipline numbers.
Yeah, they've been hitting well. They've been seeing the ball well.
Right, they limit what a strikeout pitcher can do as far as upside. Yeah, I think you go with Boyd, obviously. Righties over lefties, I think. But either way, I think you can stack here. I didn't. I chose elsewhere to stack, but if I had to pick a one-off here, I think it'd be Santana. Him or Encarnacion.
I go Encarnacion over Santana today, personally. I think Santana's power is clearly on the left-handed side of on the plate. Jose Ramirez.
Yeah, that's true. He is.
That's righty. Maybe Guy or 2, but I think I just stick with a one-off there.
Are you playing any Detroit bats against Carrasco? I think Avila's in play again. He's been really hot. I've been playing him off and on, and it's been working. So I don't mind punting there.
I don't find myself stacking against Carrasco today.
Yeah, no.
I think I stay away from that. Yeah, so Betts is being talked up a lot. Maybe a good fade then, especially if he busts at his price. So.
Yeah, I feel that.
Pittsburgh and
I
Cincinnati.
just talked up Gausman a little bit too.
Yeah, Rookie Davis, man, this guy's been struggling to say the least to start this year, and then Jameson Tyone. I think again, man, this is not a game I really want to go after. I think McCutchen is a one-off for me. Maybe John Jaso to go with him. But I think McCutcheon just a one-off. He hits really, really well in Cincinnati. I believe he has the 4th most career home runs by a visiting player. So I can
Really?
look there, yeah.
Yeah, there's 2 rookies on the mound in Cincinnati. I think this is a game we can look at. It's just tough to find. These lineups don't really mesh as far as stacking. There's a lot of Josh Bell's really cheap. He gets the lefty-righty matchup in the middle of this order. I could see it make a case for him with McCutcheon. If you want to go 2 men there, I think Josh Harrison's been really hot as well. I don't mind that play.
Yeah, he's just not as good versus righties as he's lefties, so.
Right, but I think you can make the case that Davis is the worst pitcher on this slate. So, give me the hot bats, I guess, and maybe not think too much into it.
That's fair. On the Reds, Billy Hamilton was over 40% owned yesterday. Got on, stole 2 bases, already did his thing. So, he's hot. If he gets on, he's going to steal bases. He just continues to do it against the Pirates and the league. Do we go back to him and then pair him with some Votto? Some Duval?
Yeah, I think this stack kind of burned people yesterday, and maybe for that reason, but I don't really. I kind of respect what Tyone's got, what he's working with.
Yeah, it's again this doesn't scream stack to me. I don't know. There's other teams that I'm looking at.
I like Pittsburgh. I think you can stack there. It's just tough to really pick who you want.
That's fair. See, I'm looking at McCutcheon as a one-off, really. Tampa Bay, Miami. You got Adam Conley, Blake Snell on the mound. They switched venues, obviously 2 games in Miami, now 2 games in Tampa. So.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Interesting.
Do we look at targeting Blake Snell, who walks a ton? Blake Snell does not give up home runs to lefties, so I think you can automatically fade these Miami lefties. But do we look at Stanton as a one-off tonight?
Snell versus righties is real. He's not he hasn't walked a batter versus a lefty this year, and yet he leads the league in walk percentage. That's weird to me. I think there's an obvious differential in his splits, at least this year. Maybe not over the course of his career. Righty-lefty. So yeah, I think Stanton's due. I've been playing Stanton here and there as a one-off. I don't mind that call if you want to get off the Betts, Trout, Harper thing. Going down to Stanton or McCutcheon, I think they're probably in similar price range, both in good spots as well.
You know who I really, really like today, Mike, is on the flip, and that's Tim Beckham leading off versus Adam Conley.
Yeah, you got to like that, man. I have a lot of Trey Turner, so it's hard for me to go there, but I think if I was paying down, he would be the guy. Adam Conley, surprisingly, it looks like lefties are how you go after him, but
at least in terms of on base, I think he gives up more fly balls and more home runs to righties, but in terms of pure on base, it's definitely lefties that he's struggling.
He's actually been playing well though to start the season, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check real quick.
Nah, he hasn't been very good.
He hasn't.
He just got blown up by the Pirates. I believe he gave it like 8 runs in under an inning.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking of somebody else on Miami. Yeah, you're right. Negative 15 points against the Pirates.
Yeah.
His only good start has come against San Diego, so yeah, no, I definitely can go here. Exactly. Definitely you can go here to some Conley. Longoria's back.
Conley, by the way, not Ross.
Yeah, exactly.
I like Souza. I like Beckham. I like Ricky Weeks. I think those are 3 I look at.
Yep, Ricky Weeks always a good one-off for cheap.
Yeah. We talk about those platoon guys. But yeah, I think Stanton's an elite one-off. Maybe Ozuna as well. Though you can do a little 2-man stack right there. But other than that, I don't really go too far in this Marlins lineup.
Yep.
Here's a stack I love, man. I'm going right back to it. It is New York and Atlanta. I'm attacking Bartolo Colon with these Mets lefties again, man. They're stacking the top of the lineup with them. Give me Conforto, Bruce, Walker. You can throw in Jose Reyes if you want. I'm on it.
Yeah, Bruce is having like a Daniel Murphy year against righties. Just with the extra base hits, man. He's just piling them up. I think you can go right back to Bruce. He's the guy I'm looking at a lot today. Still too cheap on DraftKings, but yeah, definitely you can stack here against Cologne. It's hit or miss with him, though. Sometimes he comes to the park, people can't see his stuff.
I think I'm gonna go Conforto over Bruce today if I have to pick one.
Okay, yeah.
I like him leading off. I don't know.
It's a take your pick type of situation. Yeah.
Do you look at any of the
Definitely.
Braves against DeGrom? I really don't like DeGrom tonight. I just think this Braves team is doing really, really well in terms of Enciarte, Freeman, Kemp. I don't think I want to pitch DeGrom in this hitter-friendly park.
Yeah, it's intriguing. I think DeGrom is far and away the best strikeout pitcher so far this season. All the numbers will tell you that he is having, he's having the start of a great year, probably the best start of his career. But like you said, the Braves don't strike out much. They're on the up, and this is a hitter's park, so something's going to have to give here. I don't know. I still tend to give the edge to DeGrom if he really is that, he's showing what he's been showing against really good teams. I don't really think the Braves will slow him down.
I don't know. I think DeGrom might be somewhat chalky as a pitcher today. He's really the best pitcher on the slate, in my opinion. So,
absolutely.
But I just don't like his spot. I think there's potential here to get blown up, and I don't like that. If I'm locking in a pitcher, you know what I mean? Locking in a high price pitcher.
I don't know. I agree. I don't think there's potential to get blown up. I think there's potential for him to, maybe not strike out 10 guys, maybe not have an elite game and pay off his price. But I still think he goes out and gives you a significantly high floor today. I don't think you see him for 3 innings and then he's gone. And that's what I think of when I think of blowing up.
Yeah, but if I'm paying $10K for a pitcher, I want 45 at least.
Yeah, you want 10 strikeouts for sure. So yeah, this is a negative strikeout matchup for him. But again, by far and away, more than Kershaw, more than Sale, he's having a better strikeout season.
Yeah, I just don't think I'd do it, personally. Didn't make my player pool. Another guy, Jake Arrieta, the other guy that you can pay up for, not going there either. Jake Arrieta is not the same. I've been saying it, man. This Cubs rotation is not elite this year. I'm going to continue to say I don't think Arrieta is worth his price today either.
Yeah, me neither. I'm not on Arrieta against the Phillies. I'd rather play DeGrom against the Braves. I think it's a similar sort of situation.
See, I'm not gonna pay for either. Neither of them made my player pool. I kind of like some Phillies bats, man. I can get behind some Altier, some Nava, maybe some Franco, Herrera. I can get behind a little mini, even Cesar Hernandez. I can get behind a little Philly stack today. So because I'm
always behind a little Philly stack. I think I love watching these guys play.
Yeah. No Jake Arrieta at all for me today. If he goes out and balls, so what? Not gonna have him. As far as
so if you want to look at numbers, though, I think top 5 in strikeout percentage, top 5 in strikeout to walk percentage. Versus righties and lefties, that is. So, I mean, obviously striking people out. Phillies definitely aren't still a young team, so potential's there for it, just like DeGrom against the Braves, in my opinion. But
not doing it.
Like we said, people will be all over it. I think it's a different scenario, obviously, on FanDuel and DraftKings when there's really nobody to feel comfortable about in the mid-tier, and you have to have 2 guys. I could see the case to punt a few guys if you only need to play 1 pitcher on FanDuel, but when you got to have 2, you can't punt 2 pitchers, so you got to pay up somewhere. And I don't mind playing either of these guys. I'd rather play. I think Pomerantz is also in the conversation, and then I mentioned Stroman as well. I think those are the guys that I'm looking at.
I do like some Cubs bats, though. Again, I think I can look at some of their lefties. Obviously, Schwarber, Rizzo, Zobrist, Jason Hayward, Miguel Montero's a catcher punt today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got him. I think in a lineup.
Javier Baez has been hot as hell.
Yeah, he had that 2 home run game. I like Rizzo. What about the Hayward Montero 2-man? I think I can get behind that.
I kind of like, you can go Hayward, Montero, Baez, Schwarber.
Yeah. I definitely thought of a Cubs stack today. It didn't end up on my lineup, but on my favorite list. But I do like it.
Yep. Kendall Graveman and Hector Santiago. I think you can attack Hector Santiago with some ace bats. I know that they have been a struggling team versus lefties over the last couple days, but some of their right-handed bats are really hard to ignore. I feel like a stack was made for me building when they released this lineup in Plouffe, Healy, Davis, and then you can even throw in Fegley.
Yeah, I like that. Plouffe, Healy, Davis. That's what I'm all over today. I think I've heard Santiago's name a little bit too today, so maybe people will be on them and off of him. I think Davis is always an elite one-off play, especially against a lefty. So yeah, those are three big bats in a row.
Do you think Fegley's worth a putt? Averages a home run every 23 at bats.
Yeah, definitely in the pool. I think he's the same price as like so many catchers, though. He's the same price as Avila, Montero, Castro, Grandal. Okay. So he's like right there with all those guys. He's not like super duper cheap like he was in the earlier.
That's fair. I like Fegley.
Part of a stack, hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, it's Trevor Plouffe, Seager, man. Seager or die. Interesting. We'll get there with the Dodgers. On the reverse, Miguel Sano is hot. Max Kepler in that 2-hole. I can go right back to that 1-2, or 2-3 as it is in the order. Jason Castro hit a home run. Eduardo Escobar, someone you can look at. So there's some Twins plays in here as well.
Yeah, Dozier and Sano, man. I think they lead their position. I don't know about lead it, especially second base, but third base, I definitely think you make that case. Also, it also helps that Healy's third base eligible on DraftKings too. So if you didn't want to stack that, if you didn't want to use him for your first baseman, you can go Plouffe and Davis or Healy and Davis at third base and still have that first baseman.
Yeah, can't do that in FanDuel. He's only first base eligible. So.
Yeah, Castro I mentioned earlier. I think he's part of the punt. He's punt-worthy catcher today. Yeah, that's all about all I got from this game, man. I'm not playing either of these pitchers.
Nick Martinez, arguably one of the worst pitchers on the slate again, and then Charlie Morton, who is an elite ground ball pitcher. In a hitter's park, interesting. Do we look at any Rangers? I mean, they heated up yesterday, obviously, and then these Astros, still hot. So I think you can definitely look to an Astro stack again. Reddick immediately pops off the board to me. Correa, Beltran, McCann.
I don't mind playing lefties versus Morton. I mean, yeah, like you said, he is a ground ball pitcher. But lefties hit him hard. Let's see, where's he at?
It's the one area he has a high hard contact rate versus lefties, or at least higher than average.
1.82 ground ball to fly ball, like you said. Hasn't played. I mean, he's got a 42% hard contact rate to start this year. It's probably one of the tops in the slate, actually. Like, if you think about it.
Yeah, 42% is high.
Yeah, second highest on the slate. So you can get tacked there. I like Odor as a one-off. I don't know that I really fell in love with a stack of this, but.
Did you go back to Mazar? They obviously moved him and Lucroy up. I mean, you kind of have a mini stack made for you. I mean, this lineup's interesting. Odor batting second now. Gallo and cleanup, which I can get behind, and then Lucroy, who hit 2 home runs, and then Mazar.
Yeah, I think Gallo would make it a little bit more intriguing now with Lucroy and Mazara behind him. He's going to get a lot of protection there.
Yeah.
Odor, however, gets that. It's the opposite for him. Now he's got DeShields and Andrews sandwiched. But he's sandwiched between those two guys, which probably had less protection than he had before. So we'll see what happens. I think you can go in Martinez. I wouldn't buy into what he's done the last 2 starts. I think he can still attack him. Martinez. Definitely look at his career numbers there. So I like a Houston combo. Whatever you really want to go there, 1 through 7, 1 through 6.
I think this game's gonna go, not to be obvious, but Morton I think will either have a really good game or a really bad game. I don't think he has an average game because Texas has been struggling. Corey just pointed that out as well. They strike out a lot.
Yep.
Martin's not known for his strikeouts, but he has, some potential. So I think he's either going to pitch really, really well, get, a good number of strikeouts, or he's going to get blown up.
Yeah, I think I have the numbers here. I think they've struck out the most in the last 7 days. 30% strikeout rate in the last 7 days.
Wow.
By far and away the most. Second is the A's at 29.7. Third, the Rockies, 29.1.
So right up there, man. Milwaukee and St. Louis is rained out. That is postponed. What about Chicago and Kansas City?
Chicago White Sox, yeah.
Mike Pelfrey versus Nate Carnes.
I think Carnes could be a sneaky play today. I don't know how much I like it. I think he's probably one of the pitcher punts that people won't be on. I think it's not a terrible matchup for him. We talk about temperature being low. We talk about the matchup pretty much favoring Kansas City with Pelfrey on the mound. Kansas City bat kind of woken up there. The lefties in this lineup aren't really accomplished hitters other than Melky Cabrera. And then Carnes is, sneaky high strikeout rate. He does struggle with control every once in a while, but I don't know. I don't hate it or love it, but I think Carnes could be a good play.
Yeah, there's not a lot that I am liking on the Chicago side, so I can see Carnes as a sneaky play. Not my favorite at all. Obviously prone to some home runs versus righties, which brings to mind Abreu
Got
and
some
Frazier.
big righties.
Yeah, even Avisel Garcia, but I don't know.
He strikes out a lot of lefties, that's for sure.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. I really don't know where to go with this game. I'm definitely not playing Pelfrey. I don't know if I can stack the Royals.
Yeah, exactly. So that's really the only play out of this game, in my opinion. I don't really think I can stack the Royals either, even though Pelfrey is there. I think if I did, it'd be Hosmer and Perez. 2-man. Maybe Moustakas in there. That's the 3-man I would go with.
We got Los Gigantes and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Absolutely no one expected either from them yesterday. Obviously, both teams struggled versus lefties. And sure enough, the Giants went up, put up 5 runs, and the Dodgers had 13. Matt Moore, terrible play, killed me. But live and die with that. Jeff Samardzija been getting hit hard this year. I think the Giants are like 1-12 in his last 13 starts. 1-11 in his last 12 against teams above 500. Dodgers are above 500.
Yeah, Samardzija plays well against righties, but gets lit up by lefties. It's pretty obvious. So, and this is a lineup full of lefties. So,
I think
it's not a secret. The Dodgers, Dodger stack is definitely in play. Wherever you want to go, I like Grandal. Is that Bellinger in the 5-hole? Yeah, give me some Bellinger. Problem with him is I think he's only first base. So I like those two. Obviously, Seager was without even. You definitely go Seager today. Yeah. And then I don't know what to think about going against Urias. I think he'll probably be popular today. I would imagine going against the Giants, who've been struggling big time. I'm not really going there, but yeah. What do you think about Julio?
I'm all for it, man. I can get behind some Julio Urias today. Absolutely.
Do you think he'll be chalk? I know they have the San Francisco the lowest run total on the slate.
I don't know if he is chalk on FanDuel. Maybe on DraftKings where you need you pay up and you pay down for a guy. Yeah.
Well, he's up there, man. I think he's higher priced than Pomerantz, I'm pretty sure.
Interesting.
Yeah, he is. He's right. Actually, these two pitchers are both right next to each other. It's Gio at 8.8, Samardzija at 8.7, Urias at 8.5. Then Pomerantz at 8.1. I don't know. I could see it happening. I could see people going there today against San Francisco.
Yeah, I can see it too. I just don't know how much I like it. I do like it. I don't know if it's chalk though. I don't know.
It's interesting. I don't know that it will be because he's only 1 or 2 starts, right? Was it 1 or 2? Only 1, I'm pretty sure.
one start, yeah. But he did get clearance to pitch 100 pitches at least, so they're kind of letting him go. So
Interesting.
you don't have that limit, right? The worry of being pulled, because last year obviously like 80 pitches, he was getting pulled.
I think I picked Pomerantz over Julio Urias at the same price.
It's hard for me. You know what? I think I lean Urias only because it's in a pitcher's park. I think he has just as much K potential. I think the Giants are struggling more than Baltimore.
Yeah. No, it is. It's a tough call.
It is. I think I go Urias though if they're the same price. MVS heard 90 pitch count. I have not heard that, but last I knew, he was not on a pitch count. So if something has changed, I am not aware of it.
But yeah, I think you can go after the lefties. You can go after Jeff Samardzija, man.
Yeah, look at all the green in Toronto or in Los Angeles.
He does pitch well versus righties, but not versus left.
There's only 2 righties in this lineup, and Justin Turner, we know, is a reverse split guy. Yasiel Puig has shown plenty of power.
Yep.
So, I heard Urias on a pitch count too. Interesting. Let me see if I can find something on that. Julio.
I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard.
I don't have anything on him being on a pitch count.
He had a good first start too, though. So I could see it, man. I could see it. I just assumed people were gonna be all over it, so that's why I stayed away. But
yeah, I don't see anything on a pitch count, but there might be. LA and Seattle. Ricky Nolasco and Hisashi Iwakuma. I think Ricky Nolasco is perfectly attackable today. What up, Kyle? Yo, what's up, Eric? Theo is running the Twitter, my friend. Theo got assigned Twitter. So he's answering all the questions on Twitter. I'm still taking questions on Slack, so you guys can DM me on there. But Theo's running the Twitter. He's putting out all the lineups. It's just it's another way for me to be able to focus on these sheets and update them as soon as I can.
Dude, man, I like 3 through 5 on Seattle today. I like that stack. And then I think you can go after Iwakuma. He's really not been playing well this season. Start the season.
I guess he's making his return today, Mike. Luis Valbuena, home run or
Valbuena
on the Angels.
Yeah, he is.
So I'm going to update that right now. I think that could be a sneaky play. He is in the system, so he will be mad cheap.
That's true. I didn't know that. Where is he going to play?
Probably D. They really put him at first base or DH because they have pool holes. So.
Yeah, I'm looking them up now.
Just updated.
Val. They activated him. I guess they'll play him if they've activated him.
Yeah, he's batting 5th, right behind Albert Pujols and Mike Trout. So.
I don't know that he's in this. Oh, here he is. Third base, first base, eligible, 3,200.
Is that cheap on DraftKings?
Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to get other people around him so you understand. 3,100, or 3,200 is pretty cheap, yeah.
He's 2,500 on FanDuel.
Jay Bruce, same price as Jay Bruce, though.
Ooh. No.
Who's also first base eligible because he... Definitely thinking Jay Bruce over Valbuena. At third base, since he's also third base eligible, you got Ryan Healy at 34. We talked about him.
I can get with it. I think if you stack the Angels with Trout, Pujols, I think Valbuena fits that. But I wouldn't play him as a one-off per se.
Yeah, I don't think he's cheap enough for that.
And then Seattle, we got Cano, Cruz and Seager, I think all three are in play against Ricky Nolasco. Gives up home runs to righties, definitely. Not much better versus lefties. So Cano and Seager in play. I think you can look
Nolasco.
at Segura at the top, leading things off. So I can get behind a little 4-man stack.
Nolasco's given up 7 home runs in his 5 starts this year.
Yeah, so you can get a couple tonight. I think obviously Cruz is your top guy, and then Cano.
Yep. I agree. Yeah, I think Cruz falls in that category we just talked about with McCutchen and Stanton. Him and Stanton are the same price. Which would you rather have?
I go Stanton.
Stanton versus Snell.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got, again, McCutchen is only $200 more than him. I think I still go Stanton over McCutchen.
I agree.
Yeah.
In Tampa,
It's close.
yeah, I think I go Stanton.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think there's some worthy one-offs in outfield today. I think there really are.
Fantasy Lab says Urias is on a 90 pitch count. Be careful. That's all I'll say. I don't know how true it is, but be careful, man.
True that.
It even says Dave Roberts hasn't explicitly communicated that. So that's speculation among them as well. And we do know how they can try to get people off plays. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying be careful. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
All right, Colorado and San Diego. I think this is my guy tonight, Mike. I think I'm running out Antonio Senzatella.
Yep, that's who I got too, man. Weird.
We're going.
Hopefully we don't go down with the ship again, dude.
God, Chatwood had a no-hitter in the 6th inning and then imploded.
I know.
That was, it was so hard to watch.
Yeah. Right now in my draft, I have my 3 lineups on DraftKings. I have him and DeGrom, so that's where I'm at. Everything I said yesterday about Chatwood for San Diego applies to Senzatella, and then some. Senzatella, if you look at contact percentage versus hard contact percentage, he pitches to contact. He's not a strikeout guy, but obviously he's facing a team that strikes out a lot. But this guy, 87% of the swings against him make contact, and he only gives up a hard contact percentage of 26.5 this season. So when you got a guy that's pitching to contact and making a lot of soft contact, that's a good sign. And that's what we got with him. Obviously, outside of Coors too. So that's where I'm at.
This just came to me right now. What happened to DJ LeMahieu? This dude led the league in average last year. He has not been on my radar one time this year. He's just been struggling.
Yeah, he really is, man. He really has been struggling. Him and Story, they've both been really struggling.
LeMahieu's done nothing. I don't even think he has a home run yet.
Yeah, well, he wasn't really a home run guy, but he was always to be the average guy. Yeah, exactly.
I don't think he has. Yeah, he hasn't done anything. Sidebar, but god damn.
Yeah, I feel you. He really hasn't. I think it's going to be interesting when, what's his name, comes into the picture. The dude they got from Texas.
Oh, he does have a home run. The one night Jason rostered him.
Who's the guy they got from Texas that played it for the Nats?
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Anyway.
I think you can attack Weaver. I know that Colorado has not been great on the road this year, so there is caution there. It's a warm night, 80 degrees, wind's blowing out, and it's blowing out to right, which means it favors lefties. So Blackman, LeMahieu, not LeMahieu, Cargo, maybe some Para, but I think you can throw an Arenado too, but at third base is other plays I like. So I think I look at Blackman, Cargo if I'm going to go there.
Yeah, I'm worried that Senzatella will be chalk on DraftKings. You have to roster 2.
Yeah, David said Sens will be chalk tonight for sure. Yeah, I'm interested. I don't think he'll be chalk on FanDuel, which is nice, but I do agree he'll be chalk on DraftKings for his price.
I imagine he will, just because there's not much else down here. So that does worry me a little bit. Obviously, I think the pivot off Senzatella. Oh, man, see, that's what I'm saying. There really isn't much that I like at that price point. I think.
Oh, Mike, you're thinking of Ian Desmond.
I think I would. Yeah. I mean, thinking of Ian Desmond.
I'm excited to see.
But yeah, I think the pivot probably is Carnes at his price point.
Yeah, I'm not. Carnes has more K upside.
Yeah, that's true.
So I can look there. Captain Jinx, Morton or Sens? I think I personally go Sens. Cruz or Stanton? I think I go Stanton. Pitchers duel, Envious says. Rockies are terrible outside of Coors. They have been, man, but Jared Weaver is equally as bad. Something's got to give.
True that. Jared Weaver's terrible.
So.
This is obviously a terrible park shift for Colorado. This is about the other extreme. So
exactly.
When you talk about like the majority of this team's samples come in Coors, and you shift the numbers to San Diego, you have to take that into consideration for something this extreme.
All right.
So well, I mean, I would love to jump all over Weaver though. So I think these guys are definitely on my radar.
Let's do our thing. Give me your 3 favorite pitchers, point to price.
All right. Let's see. I'm going DeGrom, Pomerantz, and Senzatella.
I'm gonna go Pomerantz, Urias, and Senzatella.
Cool. Yeah, I like that too. And then I think I give consideration to Stroman. I give consideration to Carnes as well.
Fair.
Point per price.
3 favorite stacks and who's in them.
I like the righties on Washington, Turner, Worth, Zimmerman. Obviously, Bryce Harper fits that as well if you have the money for it. I like the Seattle stack, Cano, Cruz, Seager. And I like Oakland with Plouffe, Healy, and Chris Davis.
Yes, sir. I got Plouffe, Healy, Davis is my number 1 stack. I'm going Dodgers with my 2nd stack, and that's going to be Seager, Grandal, Bellinger. And then my 3rd stack is Nationals. I think I go Zimmerman, Turner, Worth, and Harper, if I can fit Harper.
Right.
I know people are always asking. Fantasy Labs has Bartolo Colon and Cece as 2 of their best pitchers tonight.
Circa 2007.
Yeah, shit. No thank you on Bartolo, and I mean I can see Cece if.
I can see it too.
But
it's just he's on a DFS play, man. He could have a great day. He could go 7 innings and be scoreless, man, and still have 20 DraftKings points.
Yeah. So, I always know this is a big topic. So favorite catcher, I think I go Grandal. That's my favorite catcher. If I have to go down, I go to Fegley.
Yep, I like Wieters a little bit today too. I went Grandal. What else did I have? I went Grandal, and Montero were my 2 catchers. And no, actually, no, I have Fegley in that. I have a lineup with Davis, Healy, and Fegley.
Marwin Gonzalez or Sano. I think I go Sano. Don't chase Sano. Don't chase Gonzalez.
He doesn't hit a grand slam every day. But yeah, those are the stacks I'm on. I'm playing 3 lineups. I have DeGrom and Senzatella. I am somewhat worried that is chalk. It sounds too good to be true to have both those guys on DraftKings. So
yeah, DeGrom's gonna get lit up. I'm sorry, Mike, but it's gonna happen.
As long as he gets me to 6 innings and 8 strikeouts, I'm cool with it.
Captain Jenks, what about McCann? I can get behind McCann as well if you do a Houston stack, but personally, like I said, I'm on a Dodger stack, so Grandal's gonna fit that. Conforto and Stanton, best plays on the board. I'm on Conforto, man. I agree with you.
Yeah, dude. Conforto and Bruce are still way too cheap on DraftKings going against Cologne today, so I think I could definitely go back there. Really cheap for Bruce at 3,200, man.
Jason says, DeGrom is getting lit up. On to 2018 we go. Yeah, I think Mets fans have already conceded this year. I don't believe
again, DeGrom is pitching lights out, man. He's having the best start of his career.
He's also all they have. Noah's going to continue his pursuit of being a doctor, so I worry about him pitching.
He'd do really good with one of those knee hammers.
Let's just say I wouldn't trust Noah to diagnose me for anything.
If you guys aren't in our free contest, go ahead and get in there, man. It's free to join. Obviously, we've got 5 slates left to the end of segment 1. The winner of each segment is going to get a spot in the championship at the end of the year for free swag pack for winning. What else we got going on that's exciting? Kyle said we're working on getting some more advanced stats that we think are DFS appropriate for pitching. We're constantly updating and I guess innovating, right?
Always innovating.
But the biggest thing about the Phenom guys is this community. If you're joining us, it's because you want to be a part of something and you want to take your hobby to the next level, where you're not just listening to a bunch of podcasts. You're really getting your voice heard, and
you're involved in it. You're involved in the selection. I mean, we hear a lot of good feedback. One of our new guys, Mike, who's another Mike. We waste so many Mikes apparently. He's like, I love the Slack group, man. You got everyone's always helping each other. So I mean, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, exactly what it is. It's a fun supplement to your daily fantasy, hobby. It really is, and it's a great research tool as well.
Yep. And as always, man, we're working on that site. Hoping to have a beta up soon. After this, we're actually hopping on a call with the developer. So we're
that's right. That's next on the agenda here tonight.
Making things happen. So, all right.
Well, man, I think
yeah. Best of luck today, guys. I know the stream's ending a little early, but obviously, like we said, got a call to attend to. So, we appreciate you guys tuning in as always. If you would like to subscribe and get these sheets, you know what to do. Hit that link down below. Follow us on Twitter. Mr. Theo will answer all your questions. He loves Twitter. That's his thing. So help him out. Give him something to do. He doesn't do much throughout the day. So give him some love on there. And as always, man, thank you guys for your support. We appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will talk to you on the other side.
See you guys.